Hey guys, welcome back. I got my 6-inch NOV SIGHT HALO lights installed, and I had to do a little thinking when it came to the wiring. Most of it was cut and dry. They shared the wiring information on the website, but how to use your factory auxiliary switches that come with the Rubicons and a few other models, you had to do some testing. So I was going to leave the how-to in the comment section, but you can't post photos in that section. So I'm gonna make a really short video. I'll get right to the point and show you how to make these lights work with your factory auxiliary switches. First off, take your fuse box cover off and make sure you have a fuse tap. You can pick those up at your local auto parts store. What they do is, it's kind of like a piggyback. You unplug a fuse in the fuse box, plug this in, it takes the place of that fuse and an additional fuse. So if you go to fuse F52 in your box, unplug the fuse, plug this in, and on this piggyback, you'll see there's 2 fuses on here. So that protects the original fuse, which F52 goes to your cigarette lighter, and the additional fuse, which is going to go to our halos. So the yellow wire from your halo, from these lights, the halo part of these lights is the yellow wire. So hook the yellow wire to that fuse. Anytime the ignition is powered up, that's going to allow the halos to turn on or off, switch from white to yellow. The green wire is the wire that's going to power the spot or floodlight part of this light. You want to connect that to your if you have the factory auxiliary switch, you have this harness in the front right behind your battery. You can hook it to, I'm using my other 3 auxiliaries for other things, but I just chose this one. But you can use whichever one you want. This I can't remember which auxiliary switch the red is, but I have to look inside. But connect your green wire to one of your auxiliary switches. Now here's where it got tricky. These lights came with this little guy. So part of this controls the main beam, and the other part of it controls the halo. Okay, so as you can see, I've turned my ignition on, and I've hooked this switch up that comes with the lights. It has a quick connect connection there. The yellow light is on, meaning that the light is amber. So if I punch this one time, it's going to turn it to white. And if I hold it down, it's going to turn it off. If I hit the other switch on the switch, turns the main beam on or off. Okay, so basically how I want my lights to work, when I turn on my ignition, I want my amber ring to come on. And if I flick my auxiliary switch 1, I want my main beam to come on with my amber at the same time. So that's how I'm going to set this one up. So right now, everything is off. All the lights on the switch are off. So if I want this to be amber, I'm going to turn this to amber like that. I'm going to press and hold until the amber goes off and the light is off on this switch. I don't have to mess with the high beam. Okay, so now I'm in the truck. I'm going to hit the switch to auxiliary, and you'll see the amber light come on. Amber light came on. Okay, now I'm going to go down and hit my auxiliary switch number 1. Oh, wait a minute. You have to turn it from accessory to run. So now that I'm on run, I'm going to come down and hit auxiliary switch 1, and my main lights came on. Main lights are working on auxiliary switch 1, and my halos are working with the accessory switch. Turn the Jeep back off, everything goes off. Now, if I want my halos to be white, I'll come out with everything off. The switch is completely blank. I'm going to hit this. It's white. So I'm going to hold down the button until the halo goes off. No lights on here. No lights on here. Okay, so I'm back in the Jeep. Now, when I hit the button one time, my white lights should come on if everything's working right. Oh, no. They're not white. Well, I've spent some time trying to figure out this switch. I thought I had it figured to where you could do the initial power up would be yellow or the initial power up would be white. but I can only figure out how to make them power up as yellow. You don't need this switch. Once you have everything set up and wired to your auxiliary switches, when you turn your ignition on, the yellow amber will come on, and then you can switch your auxiliary to turn the main flood on. But yeah, that's disappointing. So you can keep this connected or disconnected either way. It doesn't matter. I'm probably just going to tape up the other end of the wire and tuck it here below. But if you would happen to know how to make these lights fire up for the first time as white instead of yellow, I would love to know the answer to that. These are just momentary switches, so they're sending an ohm reading to that controller telling it, hey, I want to be yellow, or hey, I want to be white. So I know it can be done, probably with a jumper wire, but I'm just not keen to tearing this apart to figure that one out. I don't really want this switch inside my Jeep. This the last thing I need is another switch in there, so I'm going to just leave it the way it is. I'm happy. Well, I hope I helped you out a little bit. If you got any advice on that one, or you figure it out, please let me know. I don't like having things hanging over my head that I can't figure out. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless you all.